everyone, Philosopher Stoner 666 here. So I'm about to make it's a response video to Titus Frost, although it has really not much to do with your last video. It's more of a response to the whole Pizzagate FBI pedophile symbolism thing. I attempted to email you and I left some comments on your videos, and anyways, you never got back to me, but whatever, it's not a problem, not a big deal. Before I get talking about what I want to talk about, I'm going to put a legal disclaimer here. Fair use, that anything I'm doing, I'm using under the fair use guidelines of YouTube and the internet in general. I will also state for the record that the stuff that I'm bringing forward is not meant as an accusation or, proof. There needs to be a lot more research done and people looking into this, and I've already tipped off the FBI that someone who is in a professional capacity that has legitimate authority as an investigator needs to look into this. Like I said, all of this, everything I'm about to say is purely conjectural and circumstantial, but I found it interesting. My observations, what I've noticed, what I'm going to go into in this video. And like I said, someone needs to look into this, and I've already taken measures. I've alerted cybertipline.com, which is an organization that deals with missing children and stuff, about what I found, what I discovered here. And I also reported it to the Tampa FBI, Tampa, Florida. And again, I said to them the same thing that I'm saying in this video, that this is all, purely circumstantial, conjectural. I believe in innocence until proven guilty. I believe in the rule of law. I believe that further investigation is needed, proof beyond a reasonable doubt. And all I have here is symbolism analysis and possibilities. Like I said, I'm not making an outright accusation. I just find it to be all a little bit too suspicious and, too many coincidences. Anyway, so I'll get into the meat and potatoes, so to speak, and I apologize. I have to talk quietly because there are people in the other room sleeping and such, even though it's daytime. They're having a bit of a nap, but I want to make this video right away. So I go on Facebook a lot. I belong to a lot of groups, discussion forums of various ideologies and political viewpoints and whatever alternative perspectives. And one group I belong to is a psychedelics group, because I myself being, more of a, I don't get into the whole political dichotomies or whatever, but you could classify me as I'm, a greasy Canadian and, liberal degenerate, and I've experimented with those things as a part of a treatment for depression and such. So again, I'm guilty of, things, no one's innocent, all that. Anyways, this just came on my feed, and I noticed it for a Visionary Goddess Retreat 2018, hosted by Veronika Rose. Now I'm going to get into her website and her contact information, everything, and I actually sent her an email pointing out to her what I've discovered. And of course, she's, I've used Proton Mail, which I'm going to link in the description. I'm not going to show you that actual, because I want to keep that private. That email I use is private, but she denied the accusations that, I shouldn't use that word, denied what I pointed out to her. I'm like, do you realize that your artwork here matches the pedophile symbolism? So anyways, there it was. That's what I noticed at first. Now you can see, the small, swirl and the infinity triangle. That happens to match with this on WikiLeaks, unclassified law enforcement, FBI documents, symbols and logos used by pedophiles to identify sexual preference. And we have the boy lover logo and the little boy lover logo, right, on Facebook. I'm just going to read a bit. So you are thrilled to host the 3rd annual Visionary Goddess Retreat in the Hostel Forest, April 26th to 29th, 2018. Join us in celebrating the sacred divine feminine for creative women and feminine spirits, blah, blah, blah. Your class, it's $250, blah, blah, blah. Painting classes, art of henna, sacred beadwork, spirit dolls, sweat lodges, yoga, $250 per person. Now, hold on. Let me pull up her website. Yeah, Veronika Rose Art. Again, and this is some of the artwork featured on her website, but I'm going to get into, the Instagram just so you can see it clearly. Just to selling this for $10. And I gotta give her credit. It is good art, But again, you can see the whole, the owl symbolism, possibly, reference to Moloch, the horn symbolism, the little swirl, that, again, the whole horn thing, and you're going to notice it on a few of her things, might be a reference to this guy, Ceranos, the horned god, which is pagan, mythology, spirituality stuff, which is always a euphemism for Satanism, although I don't buy into the whole Christian versus Satanist dichotomy, because it's the winners write history, right? So the pagans were the people that the Christians fought against, and the Christians won that war. So they write history, right? So it's all demonized, but it's a spiritual, religious bibble babble thrown in with some, Aboriginal spirituality, whatever. Again, I don't believe in any of it. I've made that clear in most of my other videos, but I believe the symbolism stuff to be true, strong enough. Anyways, I'm going off topic. So, yeah, so it links to this, the hostel in the forest, Brunswick, Georgia. Nothing really suspicious on this website. So, we're going to close that down. Yes, and then this is her Instagram. So I'm just going to go through a few. And again, it's not just the one piece, it's several. I'm going to show you. Right, okay. So, obviously a reference to marijuana. The one eye symbolism, which is, of course, the all-seeing eye of God. Masonic symbol. In most of the symbolism books I've read, it's a fairly innocuous, innocent symbol. It just means God, basically. So, again, a spiritual proclivity with a lot of these people, which is sort of, if more investigation was done and there was proof of pedophilia, it's sort of, again, it's not just a lone gunman thing. This is something organized, and there is a quasi-religious bent to it. Okay, so I'm going to keep going through. Yes, this image, several pieces of art where the infinity symbol, see there, right? It's an exact match with her other art. See that? See that? Again, the all-seeing eye symbolism, self-love, the heart within the heart, which is another symbol, which you can go look up yourself. We'll scroll through more. There's another one, very clear. I think it's very explanatory. Her mural. For this, Earth Dance Florida 2017, which, going back to what I was saying with the whole, Ceranos and spiritual pagan stuff, this festival, I guess they have it, Earth Dance Florida. Don't know where it is. On this other website, Sacred Woman Fest. You can just look up sacredwomenfest.com. It gives her, all her website, her Instagram, her Facebook. There's a picture of her, and again, we'll go back to the Earth Dance. You see, again, the spiral symbolism. They're all dressed up in weird costumes, which is all that paganism stuff. Yeah, I found this one to be sort of interesting. You see that, the pyramid, the all-seeing eye, the Masonic symbolism, the same symbolism on the American currency, which, I think they're just maybe possibly just, we could argue they're just being cute. Oh, ha, 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 it's a bunch of, hippies with their dreadlocks, and they're wearing their wool hats, and they're drinking their Starbucks, and they're going, oh, ha, 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 isn't it so fucking trendy? Oh, yes, ha, 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 ha. Right. No, just the usual. Yeah, again, there's her art. There's this. I found that, a clear reference again to this horned god figure. And it's, of course, it's just, all wishy-washy art and spirituality stuff. But she's, referencing, okay, there, Vishnu and, the Aboriginal stuff. And it's a sort of a hodgepodge, smorgasbord of, stuff. Because our culture is so spiritually dead that we're seeking out, counterculture, because the mainstream culture is very wayward. Anyways, I'm going off topic again, but yeah, that's that Earth dance. So I phoned the FBI and said they need to check all this stuff out. I'm gonna go back to Veronika Rose's Instagram. Here you can see, again, we already saw that one. The moon symbolism, I think, means something as well too. Here it is again, featured on her forehead. Doodle fun, procreate tips, blah. All these friends. I forgot about this guy. Laren. See this? Yeah, the babies, the children. Yeah, okay, it's all innocent. Ah, yes, she was the one. More of this, the mushroom symbolism. That, my friends, is a reference to the Amanita muscaria. Yeah, she even, medicinal, recreational, Santa Maria, marijuana, legalization. Yeah, I would actually agree with that. That's a whole other topic, though. But again, not accusing this person of anything in particular, but this mushroom thing gets into something I'm going to scroll down to eventually. It takes a while, though, in her feed, where there's the sneakers with mushroom. I'll show you just a sec. I'll get back to that. Again, this weird video of this heart within the heart, which is another one of their symbols. Again, more of the weird art. It appears several times. You see there again, the same piece. There's more. Yeah, I found this one interesting. 2 girls, 1 cup. It's a podcast, which that was a joke video. I'm sure everybody knows on the internet. 2 girls, 1 cup. They've made a podcast of it. I thought, given the context of what this symbol means, if it's legit, that's sort of interesting there. Referencing that. This is some sort of, I see it as some sort of a vaginal symbol. The labia, again, the infinity, expanding consciousness, and something, whatever, blah. I've only spent, an hour, a couple hours going through all of this, and again, I haven't found very, very hard evidence, but it was enough for me to make a phone call. Because again, I don't have hours and hours and my whole life to spend investigating this stuff. I just found this symbolism too blatant, too weird, given the other cases which have been dismissed, that I've seen it crop up places, right? So, I would look into these Apogi Gifts people. I would look into all these people on their Instagram, all these different people, which I'm going to show in just a moment. Some other people that I found had suspicious content. Okay, yeah, so going down. Nothing really all that, more of the same stuff. Yeah, she's friends, cute, blah. More of the one eye symbolism. There it is again, with, I presume that's her, Veronika there. Yeah, see the owl, again, the owl symbolism, pyramids. Ah, yes, this tent. See, the horns, the one eye symbolism, again, that symbol there. Again, not just one piece, it's several. It's showing a group activities. There's a conspiracy in the sense that there's something group is going on. None of this is just pretty stuff. All these symbols mean something, and what we could debate what they mean and what is going on. And again, there's no hard evidence. There's no I forget the Latin words for it, but the criminal act and the criminal mind. This is just conspiracy, stuff. Again, as I already did my little legal disclaimer, but something is going on, in my humble opinion. Although, again, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. I stand to be corrected. Again, as I said to the people on the phone with the FBI and stuff, again, you might think I'm crazy, but I don't know. There's something about this here. I don't know. So yeah, I go through more of it. The lotus symbol. I found this one to be interesting. All sorts of symbols that I don't even know what they are in there. Doodle, brainstorming, more. Again, I haven't combed through all of this, which I probably should have if I'm going to make such a video, but I'm actually inviting other people to take a look and see what the frig is going on here. There, another, vaginal symbol, the one eye, the inverted pyramid, which is a vaginal symbol. Again, the same one that seems to be like her logo. Art Basel Collection vinyl stickers. So she's selling this stuff. And I got to admit, it's pretty good art. She's a good artist. She's got talent, which is part of the, again, as I said already, it's kind of depressing given the context. The secret power of pyramids, so more reference to, occult books. Again, with this tent, several pictures of this tent and other tents, and, the moon cycles there, and Eco Wildlife Preserve, and blah. Okay. Keep going. There was some more interesting stuff. Just have to get to it. This pentagram, that symbol, all of this, Greek, referencing a lot of stuff here, right? That, I forget what that is, but that all, it all means something. It all means something. Don't pretend it doesn't mean anything. Again, there are the horns, the one eye symbolism. Yep, more of the same. Group activities, art festivals in Orlando, Florida. The spiral, oil pastels, yes. Let me see. Yes, oyster, again. Reishi, and I think it's a mushroom, or no, it's reishi, oyster. And oyster, like I probably showed that art on her website. Where frig is there, her website? Sacred Women Fest, come on. Home, hold on. Collection, hold on, just gotta find it. This piece, right, again, one of her artworks. The oyster symbolism, and oyster has been revealed to be another one of these pedophile code words that's come out. That's lots of videos been done about that. So, again, another reference there. The shoe here. More reference to what I was talking about with this Rebecca character, I believe. Where frig was it? There's just so much stuff. I already showed it anyway, the mushroom stuff. So there you can see in the shoe, the mushroom, there. Mushrooms, yes, and then again, the infinity triangle on the same set of shoes with the mushrooms. So it's obviously, you can do setting up teepees in the forest, and they're doing sweat lodges, and they're doing mushroom stuff, which is all, Aboriginal spirituality. I've encountered when I was in British Columbia. I encountered it. They do that sort of thing. It's not that uncommon. Whatever. So, but there's definitely, illegal stuff going on, and this might just be some sort of coincidence, this infinity thing, but it's quite blatant. It's not just happening once or twice. Again, there's a community, there's a group, there's stuff going on. What we don't know, again, we don't know all the details, and I haven't looked through everybody, but, again, more symbolic art. Again, the heart within the heart thing going on. These community, which more mushrooms. More stuff. There she is. Gonna get to a few more pictures. This, the more the spiral. It's good art too, but spiral all over the friggin' place, hinting, advertising to other people that might be into the same thing. That it was this one, right? More of the spiral, the all-seeing eye, more of that. It's just all over the friggin' place here. And then, more mushrooms, more mushroom reference, more corn. Where was it? I'm going to get to it soon. Asparagus. Asparagus is some sort of, aphrodisiac, or has been, so whatever. Weird sculpture. This was it. This is around where we're getting to. The owl symbolism, and it appears owls appear in other stuff, but this, right, a reference to, again, our old buddy, old pal here, Serranos, or quite possibly, you know, the Baphomet, especially the stuff with her other pieces on her website. Let me pull it up. With, let me see, what was it? Yeah, with these horned figures, the horn stuff that appears in some of her art, you know, all references to these horns. You know, I found that one kind of interesting. And I haven't looked into those people, but, you know, again, don't have all day here. You know, okay, this one, I think it's just a picture of her, but it's, you know, a little kid smoking a cigarette in a pool. This picture kind of creeped me out. I don't know why. But again, no crime here. You know, okay, a nun, sins, lollipop. The nun there, lollipop, is another one of these weird code words that's come up in other case precedent before. Lollipops. She's licking a lollipop. This, to me, I can't even speak anymore. But yeah, then this dancing with kitties. I don't know, that don't look like no dancing there, lady. That looks kind of like animal abuse to me. I don't, you know, whatever, you know. I don't friggin' know. And then, you know, here's some more of this stuff, the tran people. And don't get me wrong, you know, what people, consenting adults, do behind closed doors is none of my goddamn business. I don't care what you do or who you screw. But, you know, this pedophilia thing is another matter. That, again, more investigation, more proof. But I think the symbolism is quite blatant. But I'm just pointing out evidence of weirdness. You know, and again, we all have freedom of expression. I'm personally a very weird guy, very, you know, nonconformist and stuff. And the mushrooms and all of that, yeah, salud, who gives a shit? Like I said, I've done them before as well, too, and stuff. But it's too, like, you know, I sent this woman an email, and she's like, she totally denied it, of course, but how do you explain that? It seems to be too much, the symbols seem to be too much of a match. But here we go, more, you know, more weird stuff. Okay, that's all pretty normal. Again, more of the same art. Blah, blah, you know, more of that oyster symbol shit, the same painting, blah. Oh yeah, this stuff, the penis reference. There was a cult, I believe, in France, started with a P. It was throughout France and Germany that worshipped the phallic symbol. So again, it's more of that pagan, quasi-religious stuff. But also, it's like, well, you know, personal opinion here. Like, what are you? You know, 2 years old, or like 12 years old lady? Did you not take a sex ed class? Yeah, you know, penis. You know, ho, 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 you know, whatever, ha, ha, ha. It's so funny. This here, another interesting one, you know, the symbolisms, you know, pentagram. Well, okay, that's Judaism, but okay, mandala, you know, whatever, flaky, you know, whatever, you know, more penis, cock art, which, you know, I guess, ha ha ha, it's, you know, good for a laugh. I'm just putting it into the context of, again, this. Otherwise, it's really, who gives a shit, right? I found this one kind of weird. You know, what the fuck is that about? You know, what are you doing? You know, but again, free country, right? This one was kind of creepy. Exquisite corpse painting. Top section was painted by an unknown artist and covered up. Blah. You know, corpse painting? Fucking, you know, what the fuck are you know? I just don't get it. You know, like, you do what you want, but I don't get it, lady. You know, here more of the weird symbol stuff, the satanic symbolism, the pentagram, the moon, you know, which is all the pagan, Wiccan, whatever, you know, bullshit, you know. Okay, that's just her with her father. Not a big deal, blah, you know, more of the same. Yeah, you know, again, oh yeah, here, you know, yeah, I've pretty much gone through all of it. Oh yeah, this. A tattoo, penis tattoo. You were cranking, haha, this time last year we were cranking out some cocks, you know. Again, oh yeah, and then the woman, it looks like a female figure, but it also looks like a porcupine. I don't know, something going on there, but, you know, haha, sure, it's funny and all that, but, I mean, seriously, again, it's a phallic obsession, a sexuality thing going on, which, again, to each their own, but, again, in the context of the symbolism shit, takes on a different layer, you know, if you understand what I mean. It's sort of, again, purely my conjecture, though. Purely my asshole opinion. But oh yeah, and then this, again, the penis. We have to be, aware of confirmation bias, that you can start looking for seeking out conclusions that might not be true just based on your own preconceived notions of what you think is going on. I can't let that happen here. But again, it sort of made me, it cried out to me that it deserves further investigation. And then, no, wait, it wasn't this woman. Who else was it? Nah, she was pretty innocent, but some of her friends, yeah, like this woman, okay, yeah, sexy woman, yeah, pentagram something, this weird, yeah, like this one here, some of that sort of, reference to Eyes Wide Shut, Stanley Kubrick kind of thing going on here, and the pentagram there, like,